Well met, lords and ladies. Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode. Hold on. Oh, great. Looks like my connection is having issues again. Even though in this room it doesn't normally happen. I just seem to have lost connection a couple of times, not even close to midnight, so not really sure what's going on there. Perhaps the universe itself is telling me, Jacob, don't review the rest of this video. You spent an hour on part 1 and that was a single scene. You'll be here forever. People this time. Just come in if my connection will allow me. KW and Ghosty.
Hey Jacob, can I ask you to do me a favor before this stream really gets going?
Thumbnail, right?
Yes, could you just
I already queued it in because I was looking at the chat.
Oh God!
Look at her hand.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was flipped, but then I took a good look at it and it's upside down. The phone is on top.
You know that you know that one.
Her whole wrist to connect with him.
You know that one scene in Code Lyoko in the Frontier episode where Jeremy and Alita reach out to each other for the first time and their fingers mildly graze? Imagine if you saw in slow motion as the fingers are approaching the.
Alita's finger and Jeremy's thumb.
God, he's keep frozen.
Well, yeah, I might have to.
Jacob, you've just given me the most cursed thing to think about. If only you didn't cut off.
Code Lyoko is full of cursed images, is what happens.
Yeah, we have a lot of them in backstorage.
We certainly do. And speaking of backstory, that's what this video has been this entire time. I mean, I have checked this time just to make sure, but yeah, just in case, I'll say hello to everyone in the chat. So Fox, Prism, Josh, and Emily, who's coming here saying Slay. So I put it out saying download. I haven't downloaded anything. I've just kept the video in files this entire time. I have downloaded nothing new.
Listen, guys, like, I'm an anime fan, and you know, I am a big fan of redemption arcs. So hopefully what I saw last episode can be fixed. And
say with hope I redeem myself for my misgivings, but yeah, that works too. That too. I've been trying to switch internet providers, but it doesn't seem to be showing up. If it keeps freezing or something, I'll grab my phone from upstairs and open a hotspot, and I just froze again, right on cue. I think it's my camera this time because sometimes it does that.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think that was your camera. Do you need me to buy, Jacob? Do you need me to dip into my video fund and buy you a new one?
I don't think so, because I think the last, like, every setup I've had with Restream, like the monitors and the cameras, they seem to glitch out in some way or another. So I think it might be a Restream issue, honestly, rather than a camera one.
I keep thinking of the upside down hand.
Okay, well.
Okay, Jacob has. I think
got her name.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to I'm going to get my phone from upstairs. You two entertain the chat.
Hello, chat. I am your entertainment for this evening.
Hello.
Let's talk about how the shading in the thumbnail is wrong. It looks so bad. Not on my shading was terrible. That doesn't seem like they've picked a light source. So there's just shade where they thought shade was applicable, which sometimes looks good and sometimes looks very terrible.
Yes, indeed.
Like, It seems like it's frontlit, but also backlit at the same time,
Mm.
which is a common trend in gacha thumbnails. What's that? Like, I keep looking at Jacob, and I keep wondering, what is that thing covered with stars in his background?
I do not know.
Let's ask Jacob when he finally gets his shit in order.
I heard ask Jacob faintly in my headphones. What do you need to ask me?
That thing in the background covered in the star sheet.
Oh. Yeah, that's actually one of my bed sheets. I just changed them today.
Oh.
I thought it was like, oh, I thought.
It used to. Okay, the hotspot isn't showing up yet. So I don't know why that is.
I love
The other
it.
broadband
Well,
tends to work worse than the other.
Spraxranza is like, I love your bed sheets.
Thank you.
Very aesthetic star bed sheets.
Yeah, the I prefer the other ones actually because they're actually of like they're actually a picture of Hogwarts. So yeah.
Time to spam my mom with a picture of a young girl scar. She'll get it to me for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear. Okay then.
Like my mom's always saying, you don't give me enough hints of stuff you want. Time to spam her with young girl scar.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I just like moved away just so you can get like a clear visual, which weirdly looks like I'm in a convex mirror.
God.
Did I have a convex camera this entire time? I just never noticed.
Like maybe. My camera is just a flat plane. I can move around. I look like a VTuber, but if the VTuber was hyper realistic.
Okay, I'm keeping my hand as still as I possibly can, and it looks like I'm bring it back and forth. Yes, this is a convex camera. What?
How did you just now figure that out, Mr. Butter?
Because I didn't guess that a convex lens would be a standard procedure in a webcam before now. Somehow that miraculously that never crossed my mind as a possibility. It's like fine. Next time I'll say, hey, make sure it does with a 1080p and also the lens is flat.
Right.
There you go. I know for the future. Okay, let's watch the video. Oh, and it froze again. Okay, let's actually just switch to the video before this whole thing collapses. I will skip ahead.
Crashing down.
I will skip ahead a bit. If you remember the last time we saw this, it's basically was all about how Fluffy got her name and such. So you know, as if that required justification. It really didn't. It's just a case of okay, my hair was fluffy. That was it. So like, oh, Fluffy was naked this whole time. Cool. I didn't know that. But okay, there you go.
Like, is that important to her personal arc in any way, or is it just information we have now?
I mean, it hasn't been important so far. Maybe this episode dives into that, and that's why it was mentioned.
This is the episode. This is the background where Florence turns into Fluffy.
I guess.
Okay.
Or where Florence justifies the name of Fluffy. I don't know. It's okay. Aiden said she does designs for 40 minutes. That is true. That's about like most of the time from part 1. But okay. Anyways, without further ado. Let's proceed with part 2 of the review.
I might be unbiased because my eyes don't function, but I don't mind the designs here.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
Yeah, Aiden took a huge issue with the fact that they weren't as coded as each other based on the spirits. But I think based on the spirits that they are, because like the ice spirits don't all like have one particular color scheme, you know, etc. etc. To which I said the school exists on a border on a border between like the two sides of the world where the flame and ice spirits meet. So therefore their fashion could have developed differently. So the students, when they get a chance to roam about, might actually decide to buy different clothes. That's entirely possible.
Like,
I mean,
speaking of clothes,
and some of them just
the
don't.
only speaking of clothes, the only character with the outfit I don't like, from last episode and this one is Fluffy.
Oh,
Mm.
fair enough.
No offense, but she does not have good fashion choices.
Okay. Speaking of last episode, I still have this loaded, by the way.
Like, I don't know. Why would you? Okay, up and down. It's like, oh yes, we're as close as family, and then you play a love song, and then you have the character sing a love ballad.
Yeah. You and Grindelwald were as close as brothers. No, we're closer than brothers.
We're lovers.
Anyway.
Yeah, but except, this time I don't think the writer did it intentionally. I don't
No,
think this
probably
is a
not.
Dumbledore and Grindelwald situation.
Yeah, accidentally sapphic, exactly. What's
Oh
my
god.
emotional mama plush now, I think, for this show? Potentially, but we'll see as we get on with this. I totally get it now, and wow, your hair is really soft and fluffy, just like your nickname. I assume he, like, reaches out and tests it.
Touching her hair, he touches, the spectral.
He grazes it.
It's like the spectral aura surrounding her hair.
And that's, yeah, the aura of fluff. There you go. I don't mind fluffy. I just like they also she only wears shades of blue. Like these women get some other colors to wear. Yeah, Fluffy's one of the ones who chooses to be more traditional in terms of her fashion, is like where she comes from. So I don't know. Maybe that was the point. I'm not sure.
I mean, go say I don't think you want to know what all my clothes are, like what color clothes I have, because it's just like mostly just one color with some designs.
Well, that's an Aiden Gacha character for you.
You should see my closet. It's normally homogeneous gray, but that's because color doesn't exist.
Mostly
color is a social concept.
My clothes are black with some designs. Now I do have a stomach shirt that is blue, and I think I have another shirt that's like red or whatever. But most of my clothes are just like black or gray.
I'm wearing white, and I think pink.
Only black or gray. Interesting. I wonder, Ghosty, as a social experiment, should we like introduce KW to like listen to The Cure or something, see if it triggers a goth face?
Oh no. Wait, what?
Like, I know the exact song to trigger a goth phase.
Oh, okay, all right.
Please send that. It's Animals by 7 Day Grace.
Fair enough. Please send that to KW for science.
KW, we're about to get you into the thralls of a goth phase.
No. Oh no.
That's a new pop series, by the way, gothic pops, because it is a genre of music, so it does count.
Like, something like gothic pops would actually be like pretty interesting, because there's a lot of copyright-free, like, dark academia soundtracks.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was half joking. I might actually look into that now. If that's a possibility, let's see.
Believe it or not, dark academia is like really big right now.
Okay. I will
not
bear that in
just
mind.
in the world of fashion, but also in the world of music.
Okay. I keep forgetting Fluffy's real name is Florence. Well, don't worry, because if you watch part 1 again, she reminds you of that constantly. Someone needs to make that. Yeah, I still have the idea for parody pops in mind, because that seems like there's a chance to show off like originally. But then again, if it's copyright free, we'll see.
Like, it might have more motivation to do with the parody pops, since I've noticed that's the type of thing you really enjoy.
Oh yeah, definitely. As in, yeah, because if I want to go into like the one aspect that I think most pop series are missing at the moment, which is the actual music, then yes, that is the one that I would probably develop. But yes, Ghost Kid, you add that to your list by all means.
Okay, KW, where are you in my DMs?
Or KW might make it. Maybe this is going to be another project.
Wait, what? What?
Depends
now
on
I'm just
Depends
I'm
how the
just
experiment
so
goes.
confused.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. We're just conducting science. No worries.
Of course. Oh.
Okay. And if you
Oh,
want, you can
no.
call me by my real name from now on, Florence.
Like, no offense, but
Florence Pugh?
Okay.
I'll call
Sorry.
I'll call you by your nickname too, if that's all right. Like,
Mhm.
no offense, but I'm just gonna say her name Florence because I don't like the nickname Fluffy.
That is very
I
much
mean,
stuff animal.
Like-
yeah, the nickname Fluffy
name.
reminds me of when Sky used to call Jerome ASF that.
Like, that and Fluffy seems more like a nickname you'd give to a pet than to a person.
Yes, it is literally like a dog's name that you can give. Literally. Like literally,
Okay, then.
one
Yeah.
of my stuffed animal that is like a husky, his name is Fluffy.
That is the reason that Jerome ASF got called that because his Minecraft skin was a Wookiee. So yeah.
Yeah. I see.
Anyway, of course I will, but I still call you by your nickname too. Though. So yeah, we already read that line.
Yep.
Call me by your name. Anyway, which by the way, now I think about it, call me by your name doesn't make any sense as a line. Call me by
Yeah.
your name. As if I said to Ghosty, "Hey Jacob, you there, Jacob?" I just ruined Lil Nas X for some people.
I don't even listen to him.
Fair enough. Okay. By the way, I started watching the Nursery Pops, and let me tell you, those kids are going to be traumatized because their version of Majesty, I don't know, Majesty, saves them all from a lab. Well, reminds me a bit of the Guardians, actually. Which is fitting since the creator of the Guardians is in the chat right now.
Actually, Ghost Kitty doing the nursery pops like that, I don't mind that idea too much. It definitely gives an opening for some interesting character arcs.
I just realized that it's actually, I said that's also TMNT, isn't it? Like in some versions, like the mutagen, of course, lab grown turtles, whatever.
I remember.
I am Majesty, and I shall teach you the art of ninjutsu.
Like sometimes lab grown, sometimes not. But the true origin of the Mutant Ninja Turtles is that
Then like Splinter went down to the sewer, cleaned the turtles up because they were covered in that ooze, and then he turned into a rat.
yeah. And then
go.
he accidentally like found some turtles that also got covered in it and decided to raise them as his sons. And then name them after Renaissance artists for some reason.
Right.
I mean, why not? You gotta have a naming convention. It's like Toriyama. Anyways, I just
But
wanted
yeah,
to know.
I hate the nickname Fluffy. I'm just gonna stick with Florence.
Okay, and now we go to the actual thing that was the start of this episode before the detour of Fluffy versus Florence, which was why he was zoned out. Was it amnesia? Let's see. Why? Because I'm kind of sad, actually. You know, when I said that before performing a duet, I read that as duel for some reason. It's just because of like the font. It's like I'm performing a duel with Irene in the Spirit Talent show. I demand satisfaction. Yeah, what about it? Should I tell her
how I
what she
feel about
feels
this? Oh, tough decision. Tough decision.
I mean, she's already like asked you. You brought it up, so might as well.
Right. Like, what's the point if you if you
didn't want to tell her, you just lied beforehand. Said something else.
Yeah. It just does not make sense. Like, oh yeah, so here's the reason why I'm sad. Oh wait, should I tell her? Like, what is the point if you're gonna say it's actually kind of sad and this is what happened and decide, maybe not. Like, huh?
That's like if I went up to Jacob and said, I have depression. Goodbye.
You've just described like 20% of Facebook posts.
Oh yeah, I have mental health issues. Goodbye.
I'm having a very bad day today. Don't ask why. That one scene from Clone High. I've not. What is Clone High? I never heard of this.
Like Clone High is an animated sitcom where basically they take clones of all of the most important people in history and decide to stick them into high school together.
But do they then like adopt the same viewpoints and ideologies and interest as the original clones, or are they just new DNA? Therefore, nature versus nurture kicks in and they act completely different.
No.
50-50.
Oh god. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Again, we're talking about science here. I had to ask.
There is a book series that was not exactly like that, but like
Imitation Institute.
it was a book series that's like a time travel story where basically these guys decide to do some evil thing by taking kids of like famous people or whatever out of their timelines or whatever and giving them to rich people in the future, but something happened where now all the kids of those said famous people or whatever are in like in the past, but not really the past. It's supposed to be like in the present. Is
So the clones of famous people from the past end up in the past.
yeah,
Cool.
but not like
All right, then.
their past. Like I don't know,
Okay.
it's like kids are like famous people or something like that. Like the Romovals are in it and such. It's weird.
Right. All right then. I mean, they had to get powers somehow. Like some people, my version says feeling for magic doesn't just randomly pop out of nowhere and steals random people. They have a good heart. I mean, that I guess means that you're not forming part of this the expanded franchise that Eli started then, because Eli just kept the same personality of Majesty from Totally TV. Next review is Clone High. I don't think I can get past the copyright for that one. Oh dear. Okay. Should I'm not performing with Irene. Our act is cancelled. She got extremely sick last night. Wait. So why is this a problem to tell someone that you got sick? Are we going by Johnny logic, where sadness is the biggest disease upon humanity and should be avoided at all costs? Because I really hope we're not going down that way. She got extremely sick last night. I was in a panic and they said she might be in the hospital for 2 weeks. I was there to make sure Irene was okay. She could barely talk to me. Her voice kept cracking.
Oh no! You poisonous soul.
I was hoping for a line from Irene there so I could do like a "Hello, it's me." But okay. Anyway.
That's terrible. I hope she's going to be okay and feel better. And why did you say her voice was cracking? There's no such thing as voice cracking open in half or whatever.
Florence/Fluffy, have you heard of a thing called puberty? Apparently not, based on this Lex line. You'll understand one day when I show you proof.
I don't know.
Hey, guess what? I'm hitting puberty finally. This is the proof. Hello, Florence.
CW says they'll be right back.
Okay.
I don't know what puberty is. Spirits don't go through puberty.
Except apparently they do, based on the fact that he too is an ice spirit. What are they teaching again, going back to science, what are they teaching in science class or health class, whichever one it might be in this universe?
This is a school anime. They're not actually teaching anything here.
Unfortunate, but true. Anyways, I was really looking forward to the performance, and it's just so sad because we kept practicing it, and now I found out that I missed the line. How am I supposed to perform in the Spirit Talent Show now? Do a solo act?
Why is his hand upside down?
Why is his hand upside down?
I don't know. I dislocated my hand as well, and now I can't do anything. Again, just do a solo. Easy. You don't even have to Or you can even adapt your own performance. If anything, you could make a joke out of it. Buy a wig, and then sing like both parts. Get a laugh from the audience. Fun time for all.
Or maybe you can get a mannequin with wheels on it and put in a dress. There we go. Problem solved.
Wow. Just
okay.
Slap a wig on that bad boy and put in Heelys.
Yeah. But yeah, by the way, Ghost Kitty, what you're saying here about like your brain wants to rewrite the Ghost Girl for some reason, yeah, that's a very common thing to happen. I mean, obviously, like the more time passes with any old works, the more you think, oh, I would write this so differently today if I was doing it now. That's just natural. You can either do it or not. That doesn't matter. But yeah, it happens.
And sometimes it's happening while you're writing the thing. Like, I sent Jacob 4 to 5 different versions of the first Monster Compendium script.
Oh no.
And I had him read all of them.
Oh.
Until we settled on the one we have now, which I think is superior, but still not perfect.
Yeah, it wasn't like minor details or something switched around, or like one new character journey or something like that.
It was whole
entirely different story premise. Yeah, just like
in one edition they were in college. Why college?
Well, why not college? I guess depending on like the first setup. I mean, if you're going for high school anime, then of course, naturally no. But college is fine. Anyway.
At first I thought college, because it's the time of your life when you have the most freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I put air quotes around that?
I do not know, Ghosty. Are you okay?
Because it depends on like how you look at it.
There we go.
It always varies.
Yeah, so I went with late high school because it opened up more character arcs for Sue and Justin instead of, just Oleg battling his own insecurities as a werewolf.
I guess the advantage of college is that a lot of people discover like way more about themselves during that phase of their life, in a whole new fresh environment than otherwise. But I'm gonna stop talking because I might trigger a new rewrite, and I don't want to do that.
Oh no! Go!
I meant to be sad for this scene. Okay.
Oh, trust me, I've already gotten started on the video. We can't do a rewrite now.
That is the correct answer, because otherwise it just never will. Yeah.
I've already gotten started. I can't do a rewrite, which is what I say to myself every single day when I open this project to work on it.
Yeah, it's like, well, the original Mutant Girl exists. I can't rewrite it for the remake series, because then it'll be debatable what's canon, what isn't. So keep the script exactly the same.
Meanwhile, there is something I really badly want to rewrite. Fallen Angels.
Oh, okay.
God.
I mean, okay, honestly, me too. Like, as a thought experiment, I might like make a video at some point, like just like a what if or something. Say like, oh, if I've been at the helm instead of just the co-writer, here's what here's what I would have done and how different that would have been.
Meanwhile, I just want to make Fallen Angels more mytho-history accurate.
Oh, yeah, BB also complains about that, especially like the whole premise of angels and their existence.
Oh, trust me, I want to keep the angels bit, because I actually like that. I mean that there's more Greek goddesses of death life and death, I feel, that have been mostly ignored for the sake of plot. And I want to sneak them back in. Kind of like when you put your friend's hamster in a paper bag to get into school.
Oh yeah, that thing that we've all definitely done. Okay. And yeah, which that might be the best solution. Saying like, don't do anything up for episodes, and you will still just be just the younger you. The issue, the only issue we run into in that situation is that the same amount of time that's been like I think Ghost Girl was like 2020, right? So 3 years. So sometime in like the year 2026, you might look back at the rewritten version and say to yourself, "Oh wow, this is that this is atrocious. Now I want to do it again." You might get trapped in that cycle. That's the only danger you might have. But as long as you're aware that might occur, then go for it.
I
However,
think. Go on, go say.
Aiden is definitely trapped in that cycle.
I've done my best steer him away from that, because a lot of the time when we actually we rewatch Fallen Angels, especially like the early stuff, he will start saying like, "Oh, I should have done this, or I should have done that," and it's like, yes, I bet he'll be tempted to do another remake or something, or like fix that particular issue. I was like, Aiden, you've already done one of these. There's no point. Let's just keep going with like keep making the new stuff. That's the really important things right now.
Yeah, I am definitely planning to have like season 1 of Komai once like Komai series itself is done and completed. Just to have at least season 1 be done and have all like what I wanted and what stuff that I should not have rushed be in there and everything to make the story sense and flowy. And
It's also the
pretty
reason that I
much
do
it.
one remake of Mutant Girl a year.
Yeah.
Or maybe like pull an F-Bell and do a remake of the first episode every 10 years and, kind of change things to your liking and have it be a special.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's like, hey.
Potentially. By the way,
to-
Apple's waiting time is actually 4 years, not 10, so don't worry, you don't have to wait that long.
Yeah, that's because poor Jess, she's running out of ideas. She doesn't know how to function.
Yeah.
I mean, that was before the recent, surge of like the modern AFMAL era that we know now. Which I've been thinking about that actually, because we used to say that modern AFMAL was roleplay AFMAL compared to mini games, challenge accepted Inc. era AFMAL. And but now those two eras are sort of like bunched together in people's minds. And then the newer stuff, which is so vastly different, even though a lot of that came from the tail end of the last one. So to me, there should be 3 different AFMAL eras that are clearly marked. But then again, who knows? If I'd been watching AFMAL from the very start, maybe I would have noticed that 2012 was straight into 2013 or something like that, and that's just a whole like mini era. I don't know.
Like, it's
Kind
hard
of
to
interesting to think
tell,
about.
definitely, like, the era of creators. Like, but if you don't track them from the start of their career, it's definitely really hard to, like, tell.
Yeah. I remember the reason I started doing retro reconstructions was because I felt like my entire like personality as a YouTuber had shifted, because I've obviously gotten older and blah blah blah. Bear in mind, I was referring to myself like in 2013-14, but I was speaking in 2015. And nowadays, those two eras are almost like indistinguishable from each other. So it's happened to me as well.
Meanwhile, getting back to the video, because we've kind of veered off the tracks a little.
Yes, we have. Yeah, like every single line, we always like have one more thing to say.
Okay. Calm down. Maybe I can write you a song and you can practice it until the performance.
Good thing it's still a solo, actually. Not necessarily like jumping into like, oh well, I guess I got to perform with you now. Insert romantic hijinks, but there's other solutions that are being offered.
Yeah.
Enough. I want to perform with you. That way you'll still be able to impress the audience with my songwriting and your singing.
Yeah, you might.
Okay, the thumb needs to go.
Oh God, where did it hurt? Oh God, where did her other arm go?
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I think it's like folded into her hair. It's hidden in her hair.
Yeah, I see it.
She has so much hair that her arm has disappeared into it.
I will no longer accept any complaints about Morwena's phone disappearing into her pigtails in season 1. That is child's play compared to what just happened there.
Okay, that might work. And I don't know why my hand is so upside down.
Yeah. Gosh darn it, it's raining, allegedly. Apparently the sky turning... Apparently, toxic gas filling the air means that it's raining now.
Jacob, can I make a joke?
Yeah?
Like a nuke drops somewhere and they're like, well, I guess it's Fallout time.
No, well, that's a logical through line at that point.
Because it's Fallout time.
Yes, it's the equivalent of, you know, the nuke drops. It's like, whew, what a heat wave what's going on right now.
Also, Ghost Kitty is like. Also, I just realized Fluffy is an ice spirit with blonde hair and blue dress.
Okay, that was that was like the first thing. I mean, yes, I thought of Elsa instantly when seeing Fluffy, like in episode 1.
Florence.
I don't know if I bothered to say anything about it.
I think Ghost Kitty just didn't know that. Maybe she's new to the series. I don't know.
Oh no, definitely not.
Oh.
Anyway. Oh, okay. Wait, is it, hold on. Is this like a scored song, or is this like a musical number? Because he hasn't started singing yet. Because it was like in his head.
Wait, is this the moment he gets amnesia? He just walks down this street and then it happens.
Well, apparently it was supposed to be before this point, but at least we have rain now. That's an improvement. Oh, here it is again.
Oh god, oh god.
The arm.
You know, I know like the whole like blurring out your eyes is an aesthetic choice, but when you pair it up with the mouth just being like, I don't know if it works as well.
Stop making the arm going backwards.
Oh dear, yeah. Okay, so now he actually is singing. Okay.
Like sometimes an arm going backwards can work if it is still visible.
No, the song is the rain. You're gonna catch a cold.
Yeah.
Why have
I gave you everything, but I didn't know your real name.
Like, I love his boy band aesthetic. I just hate some of the perspectives that's going on with his face.
That's every musical number in FAFSA, though, at this point.
I know, but sometimes it looks real bad.
Stop making my arm go bend in the wrong ways.
I'm not sure if it's just me, but for some reason I just don't think that for a musical, that songs with like a bass drop like that really like work, especially when there's like a huge instrumental between. The Music Freaks has the exact same problems with some of the songs where it's just like, you know, you have to wait for the bass drop to finish and therefore have to fill up the void with something. Admittedly, the something that is filled in is usually aesthetically pleasing in the case of Music Freaks, and even this, but at the same time, you're putting yourself in that situation to begin with. Why not just pick a song that sounds more like a musical that's being performed?
Because sometimes it can be really hard to find a song like that. Oh, he has wings?
Apparently, either that or lights is like, or it's like light beams coming from like his back, or he's being stabbed by 4 icicles simultaneously. One of those is correct.
One of those.
And yes, you probably should drag him to the hospital if it's the third one I just said.
What is this guy's name again? Drag him to the hospital. I don't know. There's probably an ID in his wallet. Quickly, mug him.
What?
It's copyright issue.
What? Copyright?
Yeah.
What? I'm confused.
Okay, does that mean that you? Oh, sorry, you mean to say that the reason they don't pick musical songs that sound like a musical is because of copyright? But here's the thing: the songs picked in this series are also copyrighted. I know because I can't monetize any of these videos.
Yeah.
So if anything, that's not really much of an issue. Clearly, that's not a concern in this particular case.
No,
and as far as the Music Freaks goes, a lot of those songs are commissioned, so there's really no excuse at all there.
I'm gonna call him Grape because his hair looks purple to me. It's kind of bluish.
It's like
he looks like a blueberry than a grape. Why
Yeah,
are we discussing which kind of fruit this boy band man looks like?
it's.
I don't know.
I forgot what the Pacific hair color is supposed to be because it's supposed to be like mixed of blue and purple, and
Indigo.
then
Indigo. That's why I say this man looks more like a blue baby.
Yeah.
okay,
There's no such thing as an indigo berry, so yeah.
yeah. Oh, they're going to just repeat. Why?
Because when you don't fill in the void with something new, like with Music Freaks, you just end up having to recycle footage, which is also an issue with like every chorus that we've had so far in these musical numbers too. That's always what happens.
Joshua Skywalker, the blueberry.
Oh dear. Okay.
But,
Wait. Oh yeah, his name is Josh.
Oh my god, how many times are we going to hear him do that?
As many times as they think to repeat in the song with a bass drop, which is always the way they repeat that. Yeah.
Weren't they standing here in almost the same pose as before?
I just start adding stock images. Random.
Like here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's sometimes okay to repeat some things, but not like over and over and over and over and over again, where it's just like non-stop.
Yeah, not too quick succession. Yeah.
Like, as someone who is studying anime intros so she can make her own, I personally feel insulted by by using the same stills over and over again, using the same scenes and just.
No, here's the thing. Like, there are some music videos I have seen where they sometimes do repeat a few things here and there, but add more details or something, or it's just for a chorus part, and I am somewhat okay, but like this, for example, it was just repeating like 3 times in a row. There's no changes, and it's just like, what is a point of doing a song with like, I just
Yeah, with music videos, what tends to happen nowadays is that they'll record the song in like maybe like at least 3 separate locations. So that way in the editing, you can actually just go back and forth between the different versions that you did in those locations and make it more aesthetically pleasing that way. So it's still a little bit of the same. You save yourself time in shooting, but then again, obviously that's live action. This is animation, so it's a little bit different.
Right. But I feel like you could do it in a good way if you want to keep repeating. Like, add more details. Maybe there's something different in the background or something that you didn't notice before or something like that. To give it that more aesthetic look or whatever, so it doesn't look the same over and over again.
I don't know. Maybe they can be going to, I don't know, the mall or something. But last time they went to the mall, she got, the same identical blue dress. Meanwhile, they go to the mall a second time, and this time she's the one buying him an outfit.
Yeah!
That will be different.
Exactly. Like, have something repeat, but something different. Yeah. Oh, the song is still going. Okay, why?
Well, I mean, of course yes, because it's really got past the first verse. Unlike the Music Freaks, FAFSA doesn't cut the song halfway through at any point.
Oh my god, he turned into a shadow. Oh my god, he's actually a shadow man. He's a ghost. He never existed.
Like, this might be a clever idea. Later in the episode, when he does lose his memory, they could play this whole song sequence in, reverse.
Again, I think the whole memory thing was because she didn't she basically thought, oh, do you not remember me? It's me, Florence, or something, because he wasn't reacting to her. I'm not sure that was an actual intentional thing.
Like, in this case, there is the narrative stakes I thought were in this episode were just stripped from me.
Well, okay, the episode actual title, I haven't put it on thing because I put part 2 instead, but the actual title of the episode is Into Depression.
Yes.
My prediction of it being a Johnny plot might be more accurate.
Oh no.
I desperately need depression.
Wow, what happened to most of her hair? Fluffy is no more.
What?
Meanwhile, the
Oh, and then here comes the repeating part.
Yep.
Because
Because we're into the pre-chorus, so into the chorus. Yep.
meanwhile, Spraxanes me going to Kool-Aid.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Ghost Kitty is asking Mr. Blueberry to stop singing.
Yeah, not gonna happen, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
This is different.
Oh, no.
I mean, we've seen all these images already, but we haven't seen them on top of like whatever these symbols are and the whole true love thing and whatever. Is that meant to actually they convey something specific? Should I be like looking out for like what those are? Or was that just an effect that was
It's like an eye symbol,
like a mouth with a tongue sticking out? It's like, I don't know.
There was a mouth with a tongue. There was an anchor. There was an eye.
Yeah.
And now we have true love.
Yep.
Oh, there's a diamond.
Eye, mouth, anchor,
star thingy.
Yeah.
And now we have
the same thing again. Yes.
Stop! Oh my god! You could have done so different.
Again, this is what I said. You know, bass drops. Best example here of why that doesn't work sometimes.
Oh no, his neck.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's one thing that Misty Firefox does consistently wrong every single time is head and neck ratio.
Like
every time.
Okay, just a tip for the future. When the body moves down, the head is supposed to move down too. That's how the human body works. But I keep forgetting that these are spirits, not people, so this could be applicable in an alternate universe.
Yeah, that was the decision this whole time. The reason that they walked with their shoulders and necks like bulging downwards and their heads remaining entirely constant in episode 3 was because they could the spirits. And that's how spirit actually works. Okay.
Oh, okay. If Josh, not the one from chat, suddenly goes missing, I'm completely innocent. Completely innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, Ghost Kitty. Yeah, you're totally not the imposter. I didn't see you kill in cafeteria and vented.
Okay, there's
it's red now.
Like the
what
anchor
is
again.
happening?
Okay.
This is not what it means.
Jacob, there were flames and embers on screen.
Yeah, because there's like the whole that like like a flame or something from the first verse.
Wait.
Oh my eyes! I'm closing my eyes.
Yeah,
for
this. It's getting like more glitched every time. Jeez.
I'm closing my eyes for this. I'm sorry.
Okay, do I actually do like an epilepsy warning for this part?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I don't have epilepsy, but this is too much.
Okay, verbal epilepsy warning, and I will change the description after this.
I don't have epilepsy. I just have really sensitive eyes.
Okay.
Tell me when it's over, please.
Will do, yeah. Okay, it stopped.
Oh
no, come on! Oh, come on! I thought it was the last bass drop, but no. It's because, again, it has to layer itself multiple times because, like, the last chorus repeats itself twice as long. So everything that was... so everything becomes twice as bad. Right, one more of these, then.
I'm just gonna wait till the song's over.
Okay, it's okay. The thing has stopped now, and now it's gone entirely. The pacing has slowed down immediately because he's walking in slow motion.
Half of the episode is this song. What?
There's no way it can still be going.
Like there's no way. You gotta be incorrect. Please tell me you're wrong.
Wait, hold on. I think this part here sounds different. I thought it might be like a. backups, but it might also be the bridge if we haven't got to the bridge yet.
No.
Yeah, see what I'm saying here? Like his head's moving independently.
Oh, that looks so awkward. It does not look right. Oh.
Yeah, you don't want to walk with your eyes closed in the middle of a road. I know that there's no cars there, but not a good idea.
Like, you want to fast forward to the end of the song or play the whole thing.
Like, meanwhile, in chat, Ghost Kitty, is this meant to be his memories glitching because they're fading away?
Yeah, no, I skipped that one because, again, the amnesia thing was not an actual plot point.
Like, it would be great if it was. That way there would be some actual stakes.
What's the song name? You can probably check whatever gets content ID'd on this video after we finish it. My guess is it's probably called You Mean the World to Me, just based on the fact that I repeat that constantly.
Wait. Let me see.
He is a giant. He should be like descending way faster with that road. Oh, come on. Is everything...
I think the song's called Life. I just went to the original thing. That's the only thing I can find.
This song's called Life, and it makes me crave death.
Let me double check. I'll mute myself.
I think that's it. Yeah, you meant the world to me, and as you meant, that sounds like past tense. It might be just like the way you're saying mean, but if you meant the world to me, as if that's, is he trying to let go of her or something? I don't know. Episode 5, into the you meant the world to me.
Like, maybe his depression is that he's, you know, accepting the fact that...
Nope, wrong song.
What?
Apparently it's called Love Song, I don't know. If you're saying his depression is him accepting that
no, it's the wrong song.
If his love is unrequited, then that wasn't really what was implied there. It was just a case of like she actually offered to help him out. He didn't say, "Oh, can we perform together?" or something. Mm-hmm. He didn't even like request that. So this whole depression thing, if that's what it's based on, which it might not be, but if that is what it's based on, there was an easy way out there. You know, just say my partner's, you know, this thing. Can we perform together or something? I'd be more than willing to help. You know, to add my vocals to your songwriting. Just do the opposite reversal thing.
Meanwhile, not Josh, Ghost Kitty. I think I accidentally just did a murder.
Okay, so apparently the song that we just heard just now is actually not copyrighted, but it's called Everything by Diamond Eyes, and it is 4 minutes long!
I mean, that's not that unusual for a song. Like, usually songs are 3.5 minutes, so it's just like...
I have heard 3.5 minutes long for like a music video shit, but for this episode...
Yeah, I mean, I personally do like the fact that if you do pick a song, you know, play it until the end, or play it until like it fades, it ceases to have relevance. But if you want to play a song to the end, honestly, pick a song that works. That's the real thing here. And also set yourself up for the song number to function. That's the issue with jukebox musicals. They have to take into account is that they have to match their story to the songs and not vice versa. That's why a lot of them end up not being as good stories.
Like
some of the time.
There was last episode with Florence and the other girl, and we're as close as family. Meanwhile, she proceeds to essentially sing a love ballad to the girl she considers family. Maybe not. Maybe a little tiny issue with song choices.
Yeah. Definitely a little bit of an issue that's going on here. Yeah.
This Gacha video I'm sorry, should not have chosen that song that's like 4 minutes long. That if it, I'm sorry, I just
It shouldn't have
I
chosen a
would
song with a bass drop. That's the thing.
Like the bass drop wasn't the. I don't think the bass drop was the problem. It was A, the length of the song, and B, they couldn't keep the visuals interesting enough to justify
yes.
the
Yeah.
Yes.
length of the song they chose. Like, if the song had more of a reason to exist than a musical number, it would have been very excellent. Like the
It
song,
could have.
like the song being the backdrop for, kind of an emotionally touching love montage.
Or this could have been the song that he sings in the talent show, but he's secretly performing it to Fluffy, and it just cuts like her perspective as he's like looking at her during the actual number, and she slowly realizes like, oh, that's what's going on. Or perhaps she doesn't, but we the audience do. That could have been a way to use it.
Sorry, I'm laughing because the line,
Oh,
could we have to? This is utterly ridiculous. It reminds me of Cerner Bowley from Miraculous Ladybug. Her line is always, "This is ridiculous, utterly ridiculous."
Meanwhile, their
I
horns on
don't,
Nin-
I've watched the series in Spanish. Who are you talking about?
their
Chloe.
Okay,
their their
fine.
horns on Nintendo Switch controllers.
Yeah, okay. uh,
I can't tell from their appearance what type of spirits they're supposed to be.
they're
Like,
supposed to be flame spirits. Oh, actually, I think one of them is a flame spirit, one of them's a mythic spirit.
like he looks less like a mythic spirit and more like a Jesus spirit. It's
Oh no, she's the mythic one.
Crawls in his eyes.
She's the mythic one.
like she's the mythic one. Meanwhile, I think her brother question mark. He looks like he's about to look straight into my eyes and preach the good word at me.
Have you
Yeah,
heard
I
about
think it's
your
just
Lord and
friends.
Savior Jesus Christ?
I don't know, something about the cross eyes, cross earring.
It's like in an anime where like a character's eyes end up reflecting their emotional state. Just like you get like a close, like, have you heard about Jesus? And like, just,
Oh, hello, ma'am. Do you want to talk about the good word of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Savior?
Oh, Gusty asks us a random question.
And I'm like, get out of my house.
When you see the title Flaming and Freezing Spirit Academy, what do you think this series would be about?
honestly, it's pretty close to what I would have expected. It's an academy where flaming and freezing spirits go to learn stuff and intermingle with each other.
Like, we
It
have
does
no
give
idea.
you kind of what you expect.
Yeah, like, we
Just
have
gives you
no
more stuff on
idea.
top of that.
We have no idea what we're learning. Jacob, have we ever seen a teacher in this series?
Oh,
I'm trying to remember. Maybe like one during orientation, but I've never been in a classroom at all during this time.
oh.
This is an academy for. Okay, I'm just gonna. I'm not.
Uh, that's weird. That's
I mean,
suspicious.
I mean, everyone here knows that's one of my pet peeves because obviously, if you set your series in a school, I think they should learn at least something. But
Yes,
which is why
please.
Mrs. Dysart was such an
Like,
integral part of season one.
learning institutions are a great part to put it. Learning institutions like this are actually a good way to naturally implement lore into your storytelling.
Oh my god! I think I did one thing right in Kalmai. Have some classes since they're going to school. Let's go me!
I hope I mentioned that when I was reviewing it, but yes, just in
Because
case I didn't, yes, that is one of the positives.
literally, I had a film class where they talk about the Cringe Pony series, totally not meta or anything like that. And then they had
Haha.
math class, principal
Yeah.
office. But yeah.
Mhm. I don't know why I've expected this to be. Okay, fair enough. I wasn't
I
anticipating.
expect to be a musical, honestly.
Yeah, I was anticipating the details. That's the difference. I didn't expect the details that we would get in this, but like like the other spirits, the talent show specifically. But other than that, like the other
Mm-hmm.
episodes, especially delivered exactly what was expected, even with the combat. Come on, we have 2 because that's the wrong 2. Yes, Kinsley, you have to do the reading reports. Don't you think reading is cool? It really influences your mind. Now go. It's like, oh yeah, reading is amazing. Today we're reading The Handmaid's Tale. It doesn't always work like that with school assignments.
It's me too. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. OMG.
Like, I gotta say, I'm just gonna say this now. Reading in school actually demotivated me to read personally.
Yes, that happened to me too. But then when I am now homeschooled, I enjoyed reading more.
For me, it was 50-50 because sometimes I would just really not like the thing we were talking about, and then sometimes I would actually like utterly adore it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. That's the entire reason that the whole Felix arc exists to begin with. Felix and Agatha were just like ripped straight from Frankenstein. Anyway, every once in a while it comes to my mind that I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Why did I go? Oh.
Well, time to sing a depressing song about it now. Hey, Rico. Huh? Oh, what is that I wanted to hear from you? Don't let Kinsley stop you from your thoughts. She gets too psycho to respect people properly. I thought she was bantering there. That's not... I wouldn't call that a psycho thing. I just call that mean.
Mm-hmm.
That's your threshold for psychosis. I pity you. Yeah, that's great. You just made me smile again. You called my other friend a psycho for virtually nothing. I'm happy again. You're welcome. I've been really liking our relationship recently. It means a lot to me. What is she trying to like dig for a response? Like, I'm really enjoying our relationship. Our relationship, of course, being it's like prompting to respond. Give us a label, because if I do it, I'll be too desperate. I don't know. And yes, it is. It is Dora. Yep. And my sister's over there waiting for me. Let's get busy. I know. Yeah, even I caught that one. Right. Just came back after getting distracted for a while. You missed an entire song, and be grateful for it. Never seen her before at all. You're not gonna... To quote most popular girls in school, it's a large place. You're not gonna know everyone that goes here. Dora, there you are. I've been wanting to share this for so long. But it's my first time knowing about this. Assuming that this is, of course, what we're referring to. In which case, why are you referring to her with like as a this? Like that seems weird to me. This lady person has multiple eyes on their face. Maybe I'm thinking to myself, robot or something. It's like this robot here that I haven't fully finished patching off the skin on or something like that.
Oh god.
Who is she? Well, meet Judy. She is my eldest sister and is the librarian here. I have to quote Jontron, I have several questions. First of all, those two are sisters, so are they only half sisters and therefore this is a sister that's not the same? Secondly, if there was another sister, why would she not have met them already? Did they not visit each other at any point in time before now? Because they seem to know each other when they came to school, so they must have been around. She's clearly an ice spirit, therefore would have been back at the palace during family times. I would have guessed. Thirdly, if she's never been to the library at all and wouldn't know that she was the librarian. Fourthly, was it not mentioned ever that like your half sister's sister presumably is the librarian at any point? Like not in casual conversation. Fifthly, why is this character only appearing right now in episode 5?
I have questions!
Meanwhile, Ghost Kitty in the background, I spy a pretty lady with pink hair in the background and I'm putting her in the box.
Yeah, just focus on that rather than what's going on. That's fair.
Like, I think when Monster Compendium airs, Ghost Kitty is going to grab several characters for the box, and I am fearful.
Well, I mean, if that happens, that means she's done a good job designing them.
Or my Zelda project. That's hopefully get finished.
So you must be Fluffy's other sister, Dora, who I have never met for some reason. Did she just push Fluffy out of frame? Fluffy just vanished. It's like,
what?
Yeah,
She died.
No, like I don't think the scene was pre-rendered, so the zoom in. They just forgot to put Fluffy back in when they did the zoom. It was like, yeah, was Florence in this scene? No, she wasn't. It's fine.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am. Nice. As you might know, okay, close, but not quite as you know. As you might know, I'm Judy. Well, we do know that because Fluffy just said you were Judy. So yes, we do know that you're Judy.
Also, that expression, the eye is clipping into the other eyes on her face.
Yeah, I cannot see that ghost. Say thanks a lot.
Oh my goodness, you got eyes on your face. Big disgrace. Anyway.
We will hook you.
In the eyes. Every single one of your eyes. Also, that's not necessarily weird. It's just a thing. Anyways, let's get on with this line that definitely needs to exist and is definitely conveying information we didn't just learn moments ago. I work here in the library of Spirit Academy. Well, we know that too because Fluffy just said you're the librarian. If you're a librarian here in this library, that means you work in the Library of Spirit Academy.
Also,
we choose the best books, their liking and interest. Yes, that's what a librarian does. Thank you for describing what everyone knows a librarian to do. I just like to read myself too. I mean, that part is not obvious necessarily, but it's kind of implied that you went for considering that you're a librarian. So yeah, none of that was necessary whatsoever. The audience aren't stupid.
I don't know. I don't like her. Them.
Oh, that sounds fun. Looks like CJ's taking a while to find a book for the reading report. Why did it take us so long to think of that? Is CJ not looking for that? Is that an excuse? Why was that like phrased as a lie? Do you think you could help him? Why not? It was nice meeting you. Same.
That was also phrased as a lie. So if this is Fluffy's sister, why does she have multiple eyes but Fluffy doesn't? I don't know.
I don't know. What that's like asking why Melissa can't turn people into werewolves, but Aaron can. Sometimes siblings get different genetic traits. It happens.
Yeah, that one of the parents could have multiple eyes, and one of the parents could, feasibly look like a regular human.
Oh yeah, because
that would imply the other parent is more spirit-like, and the
other parent is a beholder.
Oh no!
I forgot. Didn't Jacob thought that the ultimate powers or something it has to be male or something, but they said something otherwise to?
No, it was that Aiden said it had to be male based on the fact that the last three ultimates we know about are male. But again, that's the same thing. Correlation is not causation. So
yeah,
until that's really confirmed, there's no female ultimates ever existed. You can't take that as fact.
If the ultimate trait passed down a family lineage, someone female had to get it at some point, or else it would, just not spread anymore.
Unless it happened to, yeah, that's the thing as well. Because if it works like a genetic condition, which is what I think, it means that someone could actually even be a carrier of the Ultima curse, but not possess the race themselves, and therefore it can manifest in their offspring, just not them. That happens quite frequently with genetics.
That could.
Even then,
that could be it.
there's a very minuscule chance they just happen to pass down a male line throughout the entirety of the history of the Ultima.
At
Which
least
dates
for
back
like
hundreds of
3
years, but
generations.
no,
We don't know.
I highly doubt it.
Does
Like
that
for
mean
at least the 3 generation, it was males. We don't know if the previous generations were females or males. So
Exactly. Yeah.
we
and
just
we
simply don't have enough information to tell for sure?
Admiral, just
Exactly.
give us a word straight about the Ultima. You're confusing us.
Yeah.
Better explain it in your final season of Maestro, because apparently you're supposed to be making it soon.
And while you're at it, explain to us why none of the actual Ultimas decided to adopt children instead of, have biological ones, considering what they knew was going to happen. Was that not on their minds? I mean,
But what happens if the Ultima bites the? I mean, because Aaron did.
Yeah, that's the
another
thing
one
with that.
bites the spouse.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember as much. Is it only the Ultimas can bite people to turn them into werewolves?
Yes.
It is
Okay.
only the Ultima.
And usually the Ultimas will marry other werewolves, and therefore that will not be an issue to begin with. That's why Aaron's case was so rare. That was the whole drama.
By the way, and by the way, on a side note, I still question the writing decision to turn Aphmau into a werewolf.
Well, yeah, but even Sylvana
storytelling.
called that one out.
Like,
and you know how much
I don't get it either yet. I haven't seen the season about it.
Aphmau becoming a werewolf was a good idea story-wise, but it completely messes up the race allegory.
So wait, what would happen if Aaron and Aphmau has a kid, but Aphmau isn't a werewolf? Would the genetics still be passed down?
Well, from what I know, actually, fun fact: during that exact same scene, it's revealed that that Aphmau's father was in fact a werewolf. So sometimes werewolf traits themselves don't pass down. But Sylvana thought that maybe some of the actual instincts and behavior might have done so. Therefore, I will sign my daughter up to werewolf class and just tell her nothing about it because I'm a terrible mother. So.
Her father was actually a werewolf. Oh my.
Yeah. So again, if that works like genetics do, if you have two parents, that have that like the werewolf alleles might not be dominant, they might be recessive, might be the one as like one thing, one as the werewolf human. Put that on a Punnett square. There's a chance to have a fully human child. In fact, I believe that chance will be 50% at that point, or 75. It'll be 75. It'll be 75% likely to have a human child in that instance, if the werewolf trait, of course, is recessive. If it's not, if it's dominant, then
find out in my story because
there's a lot of science that goes. Yeah, season 5 they talk about that. Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
I still don't understand, but I'm gonna roll with it.
I mean, something like that happened, Graham, where they asked, like, what would happen if this, that, the other happened? And, like, the two, like, mythical creatures or whatever try to explain about how the genetics will work and everything. And I was just like, I do not understand any of this because most of their names are in German.
This is why the Monster Compendium werewolves work by the old-fashioned werewolf logic, like the Hollywood werewolf logic of you bite someone, turn into a werewolf. That's it. That's it. That's the thing.
I mean, I tell you what. Even in Harry Potter, they sort of work on the same level the ways with the Aphmau stuff does because with with Lupin and Tonks. When they have their child, Teddy actually takes after his mother as a metamorph magus instead of being a werewolf. That was like Remus's fear that was going to happen, but turns out didn't. So he didn't pass that condition on.
Yeah,
so I
don't think I fully explained stuff in my book, and I think the only thing I said that there are 2 different types of wolves: wolves that are 4-legged and wolves as in what Emiya is because she's, you know, a wolf/vampire hybrid. And they have different spellings or something like that.
So if you happen to be a pure werewolf, you can't stand on 2 feet.
No, I meant like there are still like wolf creatures, like for like wolves.
Okay, yeah.
Like because it's supposed to be our world, but in the future or whatever.
Oh well, yeah. Then of course there's wolves.
Yeah, and then there are wolves that what Emiya is, or at least what part Emiya is. What part
Okay.
Emiya? Does that sentence even make sense?
No,
What
but
part of
I've read. No, but I've read the book, so I know what you're talking about.
Okay, thank you. So there is a little bit of explanation about that. So just a little bit. I didn't want to go whole. How does the werewolf/wolf stuff work? I'm like, I'm just gonna explain that yes, there are 4 like a creature still. It's just that there are people who have wolf traits or vampire traits, or maybe both, which is rare.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
There's also the case of John from MCD. His mum was human and his dad was a werewolf. I guess the counterexample is Logan and Donna's children are all werewolves, and only Logan was a werewolf and Donna was a human. So
Is that supposed to be
ways.
Minecraft Diaries MCD?
Yes.
Okay, I don't. Okay.
They have a lot of children.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that the werewolf allele is actually dominant in reality, but it just so happens that it happened if you say that if you have like werewolves as W's and humans as H, then actually Zach's genetics were WH alleles, and therefore there's a 50% chance. Yeah.
yeah, we get it. Oh my god, why were you talking about genetics? I do not know. Should we just get back to the review?
This is just the science episode of Gacha Review today, apparently.
Science! We are learning!
Yes.
I like the idea of werewolf genetics, and I do like, genetic science. But to me,
they say that you don't use a lot of the stuff you learn in school. Clearly, we are.
I love genetic science, but to me, the idea of lycanthropy being genetic, I don't know, 50-50.
It depends. Yeah, it depends because like it does alter your makeup. So therefore, I guess unless you're going like a pure magic explanation, it would affect your DNA as well. But anyway,
no, wait, kids. Just remember, if you learn genetic science at school, you can have very own real life dinosaurs like in Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. Please do not do that. Otherwise, Jurassic Park may close down due to hungry dinosaurs who like to eat humans.
This message brought to you by Fox News. Seems like you were taking longer than everyone else, I've just been told. Oh, yeah, thank you. I really want to find the perfect book to read.
Like, meanwhile, we're not being told the specifics of what the project is. We're just told that they're supposed to choose a book and do a project of some sort.
Yeah, kind of again seems like you don't want to go into details of lessons. I mean, even though I never showed what the actual what the actual assignment of like the Katniss and thoughts thing was for the Hunger Games that I mentioned in like a flashback. I still said that was the assignment. Anyway. Oh, come on, you're distracting me by walking up to me and saying nothing at all.
Wow.
Now go somewhere else. I just sang a whole song about how I want to be near to you, but now I don't for some reason. Yeah, well, this is in my files. I gotta finish part 2. Gotta get through that.
Bon, we gotta get through it. But hey, Jacob, at least this isn't as bad as Liongate.
This is true. Few things are in this world, but yeah.
That's what I think whenever I watch a bad Gacha. At least it isn't Liongate. Or Renegade.
Or Bad Girls Little Boy. Or Adam Code Purple Remastered.
By the way, BTB.
Or Kidnapped by Giants.
Send you a Discord DM, let me know if you got it.
Or Tammy the Bad Boy.
No, that's oh my! Every single time time I'm in the leadership, you have to talk about the ghost story taming the bad boys while you're obsessed with it.
I am the world's leading expert on taming the bad boy lore. I know more about it than the actual creator of the show, which is not a good thing.
How are y'all holding up? Well,
We are indeed still alive.
I'm
That is a plus.
editing Monster Compendium while in the stream.
Yeah, see, at least
the
the
same
guests
time.
get to distract
Partially
themselves.
so I can have something other.
Yeah, the guests get to distract themselves. Yeah, I mean that's the thing for this a lot of the time. Sometimes people will just be doing other stuff.
Like,
In fact, Shorty played The Sims while we were taming the bad boy.
Like, I'm
True
mostly
story.
doing. I mostly have my editing like on the back corner tab in case I need to press it suddenly for the appearance of flashing lights or
That's
you
fair.
know heavily glitching visuals.
Which we did not know was going to happen in this, but
Yeah, it's
there
like
you
I
go.
didn't think you would do some because you're here.
Yeah.
I can respond after this live stream, but that's good to know that you did
Yeah.
so.
You're distracting me from being brooding and mysterious. Now move aside. I'm too busy brooding about like how alone I am. Now leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Doran,
Dora.
Fluffy, what do you want now?
What a weird way to address them. We don't talk about the old Adam Code Purple. We don't just
No,
the only one, which is technically true now. Oh, that's
I kept
out.
hearing.
We got to take a look at that. We got to put you back on the list, Ghost Kitty.
Ghost Kitty, you made a version of this thing that I had never seen before in my entire life? That's awesome!
Oh dear. Okay. Yeah. Speaking of Line Gate, are you going to review episode 10 or onwards of that series or no? Oh, we'll definitely review it. Yeah, absolutely. We're not going to give up on that.
The question is, are the characters of Maestro going to be there or not? Ooh,
oh, yeah, of course.
I'm too busy complaining about being alone. Now leave me alone.
Oh my goodness, that'd be really good. That'd be a really good excuse to crack out the VTubers again. Because actually, Emily saw me playing around on VRoid today and thought that I was bringing back my VTuber, which I am, because I was like, keyframe cut. I need to prepare some stuff for that.
Right.
But I said like no promises because it might not work yet. Because again, I haven't charged with the new disc yet, so not sure. But basically, I was on there before, and I was like, oh well, that could think, yeah, bring back other stuff. But now I'm thinking, hey, I've got this again.
Meanwhile,
maybe I'll just make a version of Zane or something like that, and give you a Kawaii-chan.
The little fox. Meanwhile, little fox puppeteer. Which one of them is named Fluffy, and which of their parents decide to name their child that?
Like, go watch part 1 if you want the description of Fluffy.
That isn't Fluffy's real name. Her real name is Florence, and I've been making a conceited effort to call her Florence.
I haven't.
People will call her Fluffy because of the, volume and viscosity of her hair.
Yeah, and you know how that took like 30 seconds to explain? It takes the actual episode, an entire scene, to get around the justification of this, full of flashbacks and sentimentality and whatnot. It should have just been a couple of sentences. Anyway, calm down, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, why have you gotten so gloomy? You're not normally like that. I can't really talk about the whole situation right now. Don't ask why! Again. Dora, I'll explain it later if you don't understand. Okay. Irene is in the hospital and cannot perform with him. 10 words. That's it. Why is this so complicated? No doubt about it. Fluffy, it's the Spirit Talent Show, and about that is it's very sad. You just said what it was anyway! Why can't you explain? Now that I'm not performing with her, I'm probably just not going to go now. Didn't we just cover this? She's offered to write a song for you, you accepted, and you left and
you were
brooded for a bit.
You were singing a love ballad while walking off into the undefined distance?
Yeah, why are we doing this a second time?
Nice hat, Ghosty. Thank you. I like my hat.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Florence or Fluffy? She's doing the hand. No! No!
Like,
I think she's doing both hands actually, because like the one hand here is upside down, the other one here is inverted. Yeah.
like, no offense, KW, but I think that's more of a gotcha asset thing, more
Well,
than
yeah,
it
but
is a creator thing.
Yeah, but you can flip
Are
those
you
very easily in Gacha Club.
sure?
In fact,
Maybe.
Josh here is doing the exact same thing too with his hands. Like, well, you know how it is. Yes, they're both backwards and there's 3 backwards hands in one image. This is this is KW's personal test of faith.
Wait. Ghost Kitty is saying
This is
that.
gonna turn you goth.
Oh, Adam Coat Purple is gone. Like the
Oh.
original.
Yeah, that happened. The original and the remastered. Yeah, they're both gone. That happened a while ago.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, things that didn't pan out.
Whoa.
The original reason that Adam Code Purple remastered was actually like, but I was set recommended was because Brenjitsu TV, the writer of it, wanted to get my thoughts on what could improve. The answer was practically everything, and so that eventually ended up,
Being
ended up falling apart.
awful. It was awful.
Yeah.
So like the series in general was awful, and he said, "I'm gonna delete it since everyone doesn't enjoy it."
Potentially, either that or he just then lost passion for the project, and since people weren't, really happy with it, so maybe that helped. That I say helped. I mean, it spurred that decision on. I don't really know. Again, the point of Gacha is not to incentivize that videos that we deem as bad should be deleted. More so that the creators should learn from the mistakes. Take decide whether or not they want to take on what we say under advisement, and then proceed with creation as people would.
Adam Code Purple? No, it was awful. It was awful.
Yeah, no,
Adam Code
I
Purple's one of
mean,
those.
check out my review, Ponies and Clamai. Give me guys some advice on improvements and such, and I haven't deleted the stuff because I didn't care.
KW, that's because Ponies is an enjoyable kind of awful. Adam Code Purple, on the other hand, was just a slog through the infinite mud.
I don't know how Pony is a good but enjoyable. Like that is so bad, but it's so good. Like I still don't know how I did that.
It's one of those things that you can't plan for. People try and recreate that; it doesn't usually work. And a lot of the time, the people who always make like so bad it's good stuff, they don't realize that they're doing it, and they're deluded in the idea that they that what they've created is genius, but no one understands it or something. Like think Toy Was So, for example. That's probably the most infamous. Everything I do is amazing, but he's not really in on the joke of the fact that people think is actually terrible, but also very enjoyable. Like it's one of those things.
No, that's not how you mean enjoyable either, KW. I'm glad you guys enjoy it, even though it sucks.
Jacob, you want to know part of the Adam Code Purple stream I remember? Where I had to take a moment, lay on my bed, and cry for a moment.
Oh, didn't you like hug something as well? Like you hugged a pillow or a plushie or something?
No.
Yes.
Apparently, Ghost Katie is.
I didn't want to live.
Yeah.
Apparently, Ghost Katie said, yeah, well, technically, Jacob's old reviews are there, but I don't recommend it. Is it really that bad? This
is another thing that happens sometimes, that it turns out that Gacha Review ends up being a preservation site for lost media. And that's happened at least at least 3 different shows, maybe like 4. 5 if you count like the one episode of Changes by Rosie Closey that is on the Butter Bunch. But yeah, like on here, like again, Taming the Bad Boy, because that got deleted by YouTube. Adam Remastered, if you count those as one same thing, that's that too. Beauty is Pain, the mini movie.
Wait, so is Adam Code Purple like Taming the Bad Boys?
No.
No. Basically, KW, to explain Adam Code Purple, it is inspired by
Demon Slayer.
Oh.
So it is a combat
Demon Slayer, but like Yeah, but set in the modern era.
Yeah,
Oh.
which can be
Oh.
an interesting concept if done correctly.
Oh no! If
Uh,
I have a family member who is obsessed with Demon Slayer, and if I have a feeling like if she saw Adam coat purple, she's probably gonna throw something, like throw hands or whatever, and be like, "This is disrespectful to the anime and to the manga."
Actually,
it's
you know what, KW? What at some point, maybe just like start showing your family some gacha videos. That might be some good content. I don't know.
I mean, my mom watched Secrets of the Plex.
Okay, there you go. Show
I
your
don't
mum
think
some.
in the season 2 yet.
I guess with Adam Capel, because the reviews are like hours long, it wouldn't make for good reaction content. But something else. Show the mutant girl. Why not?
yeah. I showed Bond that clip, where Josh typed in the live chat that Adam had a bandage on his face because he had a scar there. And I was like, oh boy, I wouldn't have guessed.
Mhm. Man, well, people bandage their faces because they have wounds and scars and things that would need to be bandaged up. That was such a subversion.
Like
But
that's also the stream when I realized that I laugh like a broken tea kettle.
There you go. Well, apparently Bonison clocked onto that, yeah, because that wasn't in the compilation.
right.
That's because I was barely in the compilation.
That's what I'm
Bond,
saying.
my mom says you're a good animator. She says you're a very good animator. Even when she saw the season 2 trailer, she's like, "Holy cow! How did they do it?" So,
Like,
just
Bond
saying.
tried to teach me how to use and how to do animation with the thing they use, and it just didn't work out. I'm an editor, not an animator, so a small brain.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, because Bon was actually talking about that yesterday, about how they like, thought they were like a bad teacher because of that, because like my one student never quitting at this point. It's like, well, I don't know, maybe it just turns out that
Mm-hmm.
your approach was not ideal.
Like, that's because I like telling
I
me
forgot that
how
you
to
were the
do
student.
like just telling me how to do something doesn't hit it for me. You have to show me step by step how to do the thing, and at some point, let me learn on my own terms.
Yeah, like what
Oh,
was the procedure? Just like list out everything and then it's like, okay, now you know all the stuff. I've just told you verbally everything at once. Good luck. Was that what happened?
yeah.
No.
Okay, good, because that would be even
Yeah,
worse.
I know. Yeah, that's kind of like a vid I made where it was some Halloween video from an online game that somehow still play. I don't even know why anymore, but I still do. And I saw a lot of comments like, "How did you do this? How did you do that?" And I'm
Like,
like, "I guess I have to make a video on it," and I did, but I still get some questions. So I'm like, "You can say it on screen. I did it step by step, where it's easily
like
explained."
Well,
Bon, I did.
that's a YouTube search thing. If they find the first video first, then they're gonna still comment that if it's like generating those searches. One thing you can do is like put is like in the iCard say, "Want to know how
Like,
this was made?" and
Bon,
then somewhere towards the
like
opening.
Bon, you tried to show me visually, but it didn't do anything for me, honey.
Oh,
You know,
I guess if you like if like do like a share screen thing, just like go all at once.
like
That works for video tutorial actually. So maybe Bone would be good at doing video tutorials. But actually, when you're signing to someone in like in the moment, like let them do the steps at the same time as you, and that's probably a good way to go about it,
Like,
rather than
that's the thing. I was trying to use an editing software to animate, which I quickly realized wouldn't work. So I got BlueStacks, booted up, and tried to download it on BlueStacks, only to realize that it didn't work correctly.
Oh.
I had to download it on my phone. I don't like BlueStacks on mobile since I have a tiny smartphone.
A teeny tiny
Instead,
smartphone.
a teeny tiny smartphone instead of a big chonky tablet. So here I was, sitting looking at the small screen of my phone, trying to move around the parts, look at the explanation Bond sent me, and I was like, okay, what the fuck do I do?
Mm.
How do I function?
You function by
And
just keep going forward.
eventually I just gave up.
Oh.
Because editing is my skill set, not animation.
Then again, who knows? You know, with the most recent PewDiePie teaching himself as a draw video, that maybe that would serve as an inspiration to us all. Maybe that's one thing I've considered is, like, you know, trying a video like that for myself, but not with drawing with music particularly, because I want to get better at actually making my own music rather than having to rely on external tracks a lot of the time. So maybe at some point. I tried so hard to explain. I feel like I failed you. Well, you sure did. I'm kidding. It's you know.
But not
happens.
everyone is great at explanations, okay? That's
Especially if, like, I like on the first go. If you tried again, maybe a different approach. You know, with if you wanted to
you
call
just have
again
to
at some point.
practice.
But
Just
Like
practice.
maybe it's also the fact that when I learned at trade school how to animate, they taught me using the Adobe suite, which has a bunch of tools that don't exist on free versions of certain softwares.
yeah,
Okay,
Meaning
basically,
when I'm looking
that's why the
at
one big investment that I made was actually getting the Vegas lineup. That's like my one big like money splurge into YouTube production.
okay,
like
basically. Oh, go on, go say. Sorry, I didn't know you were still talking.
yeah, I was thanks. Meanwhile, when I'm looking at a set of programs that is not the Adobe suite, I hit a blockade at first because if it's too fundamentally different from the Adobe suite, I essentially hit a wall. And I need to learn from scratch how it works, which usually takes a bunch of time.
Yeah,
But I can't get the Adobe software unless I pirate it because the Adobe suite is abhorrently expensive.
I've tried with DaVinci Resolve recently as well, and it's like that's another thing. Was like, I mean, yeah, if you
everyone says
it takes a while to adapt.
DaVinci Resolve is like the best thing in the world, but let me tell you something. I have used Wondershare or Filmora. I can't remember the exact name, whatever, because I think they're the same thing or they're two different things.
I think Wondershare is the company, Filmora is the product.
Right, and let me tell you, it's heaven for me. Specifically, I lost like the download thing because we did purchase it, but it's gone now, so I have to repurchase it for myself probably in the future if I like it more. But I just love that. But I also enjoy CapCut as well for like simple stuff, although this other project is taking forever on CapCut.
You need something animated. Now you actually do sound a bit like Ghosty herself in this comment here. Not gonna lie.
And
it's
by
the same thing that Ghosty would come to me and say, like, you should have let me do this one thing or something. Come to me for this, like logo production for the people above. There's a comment from Ghosty where she said, you should have come to and asked me for a logo. I would have given you a logo. Yes, but you had COVID.
By the way, Jake, I'm still working on a concept for that logo, but the thing is that I can't tell what you were trying to go for.
That was actually an Aiden demo as well, so
Aiden tried to make a logo.
If you go in a different direction, that is fine. Basically, the three symbols were like three symbols of the main characters, one of whom hasn't actually appeared in the series yet. So that's
You're going to have to send me the full version of that logo so I can really get a look at it and try to decipher what's going on, because
I mean, it's kind of like the same. It's very similar to the Mini Mr. and Mrs. Dysart logo, which actually kind of tracks because Aiden made them both at the exact same time and just kind of just roll with both of
Oh
them.
gosh, I haven't checked out that series or looked at that logo yet. I'm kind of scared.
My voice as Mrs. SR is terrible. Just letting you know.
I haven't got the time to check it out. I know we reviewed it on here, but that was, while I was still undergoing the depression spiral TM. So I haven't
Yeah.
exactly had much
Another
time.
reason why I didn't ask you for a logo.
And by the way, between you did not fail me, I failed you because I misread the instructions that you gave me for the green screening and the key writing stuff. So
Oh, right.
that's
Okay.
my bad. Not you. I misread stuff.
All right.
Anyways.
Well, here's another thing. Oh, another purpose of Gacha review. Sometimes people can see those videos and then get inspired for themselves in their own unique direction.
Yeah.
Which again, we have to put that Adam, the new Adam Code Purple on the list, definitely.
Yeah, Ghost Kitty sat down and watched the entire stream with us.
No, I'm so because
I'm reminded I failed the Ghosty and KW.
No, you did not fail me.
I didn't put the comment on the screen because I was trying to.
Yeah,
I misread instructions. It's not your fault.
Like, Bon, you didn't fail either of us. You were teaching a neurodivergent person how to animate in a way that was not very friendly to me. So it's not that you failed, it's the fact that, I don't know, my brain don't work.
Yeah, I'm also autistic, and there are just some things I need to learn differently. It's not your fault. It's just how our brain works. Well, I don't know how ghostly brains work. It's just how my brain works.
Yeah, honestly, Bon, you should start making tutorials. That probably that I think that's the solution, honestly, because then people can like stop and start whenever they want to go over different parts.
You're also
like, it just made me learn that hey, animation is hard, and if I want something done, I shouldn't expect quality animation from myself.
Congratulations, you've learned faster than Rosie Closey did.
No, B2B, I could not tell what.
I mean, it's not the kind of thing that people assume about somebody else most of the time. Unless they're trying to be mean about it.
If you look at me, it's like, hey, does she have autism? No.
Well, you don't look autistic to me. Me. God. Hey, those people.
I mean, see, that's the question. What does it mean to look autistic?
I don't know.
Question. Yeah.
That's the thing. That's like when straight men flirt with me at work, and I say, sorry, I'm not interested, I'm gay. And they're like, you should start looking more gay.
Yeah, again, what does
that mean? What do you want me to do? Magically appear a pair of Doc Martens?
I think, yeah, just like wear a flannel t-shirt, just shave like half of your hair. Yeah, that's...
No, like, Jacob, the prerequisite was to look gay, not look like an SJW from 2018.
Fair enough.
I mean, the way Ada talked, though, I knew he was gay. Just saying.
Fair enough. I see what you mean now. However, actually, when I first met him, he was also like, he wasn't like fully confident with talking to people anyway, so he was a little bit more reserved in general, so it just never came up, and it never assumed. I'm not sure if he was masking or not. I'd have to ask him about that, because I, again, don't like to assume that kind of thing. But as soon as he actually like came out to our particular group during it, like when we were preparing for Taming the Bad Boy review, fitting enough, then after that point, he started like going into more of his mannerisms, let's say.
Yeah, like every time he goes, listen, I was like, yeah, you're gay.
Yeah, you're definitely. Like, meanwhile, me coming out to everybody else was me looking at Lucinda and just immediately hitting the monkey brain.
It's because your catchphrase is Lucinda, my beloved.
Listen, that's because if the queen appears on screen, I can't not.
I mean, fair enough. You're kind of like KW in that regard, except for
like
there
there wasn't a big coming out moment. It was just like, yeah, Lucinda, my beloved.
Yeah.
That's because when I meet people, I'm like, oh, they know I'm gay, right? Surely I can simp for this character and they won't think anything strange.
I mean, even though we didn't consider the circle that you were in, it was never
Anyway.
gonna be strange.
So, as soon as Lucinda appeared on screen, there was like a, oh, hello, Lucinda, my beloved, and everybody instantly knew she's not straight.
Precisely.
The first 5 years later stream I was in, I think it was a Lucinda episode too, which just makes it worse.
Yeah, if people haven't seen the guy who did like musicals review that we did on the Butter Bunch that featured Aiden, there was like a whole thing between like Aiden and Bibi particularly about the the sexual identity of
Oh, no.
Professor Hitchens from there, like just based on like the mannerisms, the way that he sang and whatever. And I was like, I mean, okay, sure, fine. It never comes up in the story. Why are we talking about this? Which just cements to me that yeah, but my quote unquote gaydar is just permanently switched off at all times. So I just never assume anything.
You know, and then there's me who even coworkers look at me and say that I don't tick the gaydar.
Wow.
If you look at me
Apparently
at a glance
I do.
in real life,
Apparently
it's like,
I do sometimes for people. Like I've been asked if I was gay several times by different people over the
Wow.
course of my life. It's not like a
Like-
hugely frequent thing, but it happens occasionally.
hey, KW, guess my orientation.
What?
Well, after this conversation, you can't do that. Like, after this conversation, I think it's fairly obvious.
What do you mean by orientation?
Straight, gay,
Okay, so
bi.
okay, so when I first met you, you gave me that vibe, like trying to figure out the best words to explain this. I'm sorry. Like
cottage core lesbian. I don't know, something like that.
Like it didn't give me full-on lesbian vibes, but I did expect a little that maybe you weren't straight, but I wasn't sure. So I was like when you talk about like Lucinda and such, I'm like, is she lesbian? Is she gay? Or like I'm not sure.
Like,
And,
is she gay or is this a bit?
Yeah, that's
drags just like drags out Spotify playlist. Let's see, girl in red, girl in red, girl in red. Where is this?
Meanwhile, I don't have a Spotify playlist. I don't have a Spotify. I really know how to keep people guessing.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Here's a question: do you actually listen to Girl in Red?
No, but there is a song I really like called I Fell in Love with an Emo Girl.
I see.
Mm.
All right, then.
And it is on
Also,
my
apparently,
playlist.
Bon is either horrified or entirely surprised that Ghosty would have straight co-workers. You do know that most people in the world are straight?
Yeah,
that was bound to happen.
You are co-workers straight, Ghosty.
Here is what's funny though. When I first met Emily and the way she talked about like her exes and such, just talking about just the way she talked, I'm like,
with female pronouns, yes,
this
there's
is
a bit
not
of a
the
giveaway.
conversation I was expecting from this review. Speaking of review, let's get back to that.
Yeah, I'm just saying I really guess Emily's sexuality when I first met her and the way she talked.
Now that I'm not performing with her, I'm probably not going to go. Then what was the point?
I don't know anymore.
Josh, no, please, it won't be fun when we don't see our friend in the audience. You have other friends that are also performing. That makes no sense.
Gosh, please, it won't be fun when we don't see our friend in the audience.
Yeah, last episode opened up with a rehearsal sequence of other friends working on other performances. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm guessing she has a performance, or this is not a correct statement. Our friend in the audience, meaning he wouldn't be on stage performing, he'd be
It's
like
like,
me.
yeah,
I'm going
fine. I'll
to.
just hide in the crowd then. I'll be in the back row. You
I'm,
won't see me.
I'm going to
Problem solved.
this statement and say, Josh, no, it won't be any fun when we don't see our friend perform.
Yeah. Come on, Josh. The Spirit Talent Show is tomorrow. This is our only chance to shine. So you don't have an act prepared. Didn't you have to do auditions before this point? Wouldn't that? I don't know. If all of our friends are there, it's going to make it way better for us. Can't you just go for us? I'm begging you. Maybe soon you'll put your loving hand out for me. What does that mean?
I don't
You
think
put
Do you mean
we
return the
would.
favor and hype me up in the future? Like I'm extending my loving hand to you, trying to like build up your confidence? Is that what you mean? Because
I'm building up your confidence so you can lift me up one day. That sounds like a very not good relationship.
well, apparently we've just had a whole song about how good their relationship is, so definitely must be a representation. Who wants to say all these lines in a British accent? I just did.
Yeah.
Well, fine, I'll go. To see you guys put on an amazing show for us. What do you mean to see you guys put on an amazing show? If you could, if they're putting on a show as well, then you can see that in or out of the audience. If anything, we'll probably get a better view if you're not like waiting in the wings or something. Yeah, come on, we need to cheer you up. Come on. What do you think, Dad? Oh, you look so cute. Why is that my default dad voice? I just go into like, it's going to like what I did for Asgore from like Emily's tapes 3 years ago. You're going to rock tonight, aren't you? Well, I might not rock. It might be that I'm going to make the audience emotional. You could tell how it really meant. You could tell how it really meant in my emotions during rehearsals.
Also, what is happening with the music in the background? It sounds like it's spinning between my left and right earpiece.
Yeah, I don't know. This is clearly a lo-fi rendition of Pure Imagination, but yeah, not really sure. I like that pink and white outfit. Okay. Maybe this will get Rico to like me more. Oh, stop it with that young man. It's not just him that you're doing this for.
Wait, those are the parents?
Apparently, yes.
Is she taller than her parents?
I think she's on a platform right now, but even if she were, I guess that's genetics can happen. We're gonna go back into this now. We're gonna go back into genetics again.
Let's not go back into genetics. We have a video
Yeah,
to get
sure.
through. We've
Yeah.
spent long enough here.
Yeah, Kaylin, Dora, this. By the way, we're almost done. Kaylin, Dora, Clara, there's a surprise waiting for you outside. Wait, hold on. The mum's name is Dora as well? That's confusing. Oh, wait, no, this is... Oh, no, sorry. This is Dora, but it's just their outfit's changed. Sorry. Come on, we need to see what it is. It's a guess, so it'd be a who it is. What? A limo is here to give us a ride? Wow, Dad, thank you so much. You're so awesome.
Isn't like I'm not gonna say anything.
I know. No problem. Be safe and good luck on your performance. Oh, and the car fades before the rest of them do. Yep, of course it
Yeah,
does.
Wow.
the scene was not pre-rendered before the fade was applied.
Yeah, that's got to be on a bingo card at some point. Honestly, we should make our own gacha bingo at some point. But I mean, people have done gacha bingos when they're reacting to gachas before, but they usually mention like heat or blah 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 all that stuff.
Yeah,
Now
they
we just like do like
usually-
no camera angles, no non pre-rendered scenes or something like that. Just like uber specific.
Mm.
I'm back at the ending. Yes.
Yeah. We
Like
get the final message.
surprisingly, this video wasn't as bad as the last one.
It was still bad,
Apparently.
but it wasn't as bad. Thanks so much for watching and enjoying this episode of Flaming Freezing Spirit Academy. I'm sure you didn't mind it being shorter than usual, right? No, we did not. Absolutely didn't. Which was going to be 30 minutes. That's too long for an episode like this. Oh, so it was like the opposite situation to... Okay. I like it more when there's stuff that's split into two parts versus two things that are stitched together because you want to have a longer run time. That always like sits worse for me. So just having two parts, yeah, why not?
Why does Josh said no in the chat? No what?
I don't know.
What? Explain yourself, Josh!
Yeah, Gacha Bingo is specific for each series, and maybe that's why Josh was saying no, because no Gacha Bingo is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. But you know what? No, we'll do a like goal. 5 likes on this video will make a Gacha Bingo. Which, incidentally, Firepot 1300 told me today that, remember when I said that I would make a Defenestrate parody if a certain video made it to 10 likes? Well, I've just been alerted that it made it to 10 likes. So, yeah, Defenestrate's coming soon, I guess. I haven't started writing it yet. So I haven't had time today. Liking on all.
Liking on all my accounts.
Oh my goodness. It's just I didn't want to stress of making both parts and make you wait even longer. But there's other things going on, like work, school, football games. Also joining some MEPs now too. By the way, there's soon a cut out music for this part. I have my first review that's open would like to join, which is obviously done now.
MEPs are multi-editor projects, by the way.
Yes, it is.
I was referring. Oh, sorry, go say.
Oh, okay.
I was
all right
referring.
then.
Missy said, "This episode."
The episode. Do I mean the episode being short? Okay, fair enough. That's yeah. All right then. See rounding about it. Other things in chat. Okay. I've been getting more fans recently, so I decided to do some shout outs right now. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, okay.
This is not a gacha tuber. Oh, hold on. Whoa. Wait a second. I want to see what I said. But he comments on the channel Oh, I thought it was like he comments on other videos or something. It's like, is this a fellow reviewer? Could we invite another reviewer onto this? Anyway, he's made videos with me in them, but they got deleted.
What?
But not gacha ones. Was to someone you know in real life. The Axolotl Gamers. That's a nice name. Better quality videos. That's a lot of promise. You know, maybe I'll check out these channels at some point. See what they've got to offer. Shai Suzu. And this is one of okay, so I guess this is one of the people, you know, not the others. And then just several others. Thank you all for supporting me. Seems like the same color scheme as SMG 001 Gacha. Anyway. That's all for now, and stay tuned.
I don't really have anything to say for pros.
Go back and watch the other ones. They probably will already. That's how most people watch the series.
I was just gonna say I don't really have anything to say for pros and cons. I mean, the character designs are not bad. Really, I like them. Some of them could have been improved. The story though of this episode was really confusing, and the music video, I guess you could say, in this episode shouldn't exist at all, or should have been cut short, or changed it to a different song. And yeah, that's really all my pros and cons at this point, because I'm just like, I'm ready to go home. I'm in a Jacob basement forever in this live stream.
I'm not as traumatized as last time, and in fact, we actually got through this video in 2 hours rather than 3.5 from last time. Then again, we have to add another hour on top of that, I suppose. Oh, another half hour on top of that because of the part 1. But yeah,
I'm also going to say, meanwhile, I have most of the same thoughts as KW. But my opinion on the music video is that the visuals weren't diverse enough to justify its length.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the problem with that is, of course, that the bass the bass drops and there's added to the already repetitious nature of the chorus, which is an issue that every other song has had so far, repeating those visuals. Because of that, you have to repeat them over and over and over again, and therefore it got more and more warped. And I'm going to have to actually put like a proper trigger warning on at the beginning of this review, and I suggest you do the
Yeah.
same if you haven't got one already for this episode, because yeah, not
Yeah.
really sure.
Fun fact: people don't like flashing lights.
No one does. Like, even if you have ellipsy or not, we just don't like it. Sometimes it can be good if you pace it well, but this one was a major no for me.
Yeah, it reminded me of when I was under strobe lights for a theater performance at one point. And yes, we had to like hang a sign on the door before going in. It was not worth it, actually. We should have just done something else. We had to do a lift during that time as well. It was like the worst idea we had ever. But yeah, okay, so yeah, and then as far as like the story goes, or the idea behind it, I mean, I understand why Josh would be upset about like having like what happened to Irene and want to be dejected, but then to address that same thing twice, as if like the interruption didn't actually happen, but also relate the song instead of his regrets towards Irene and not being able to perform with her, suddenly to have that whole thing be about Fluffy, and that be a major thing. Which, by the way, also from part one, again, did not need to necessarily have like a full origin story. It could have been done in 2 sentences. If you wanted to like make this episode shorter, not be 30 minutes, that's cut down all the stuff that you don't actually need. That might be a thing to like think about, like the phrase "kill your darlings," because not every scene is always essential.
Yeah.
So if you like go back through it and then decide, oh, I don't actually need this stuff, that's much easier, of course, with a script in mind. And I'm getting the impression that that there still isn't, because of the fact that the 2 things repeat themselves so quickly after each other. Well, I say so quickly because, as Ghost Kitty said, half the episode was the song.
Which
Yeah. So another episode of build up towards this talent show, which I'm really hoping is going to be next episode. We've had 2 episodes now of like that will make I mean the talent show will officially be 50% of the numbered episodes so far in this series, which it's got to have some sort of payoff there. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Like I was about to say, if the talent show doesn't have adequate payoff, I'm going to be really disappointed. But I'm also going to go in with not very high expectations.
That is, once we get to a certain point in these series, then that is the best way to approach them, admittedly.
Like, for Adam Code Purple, I went in with lower expectations and somehow came out with a lower expectation.
Okay, so you had the right idea in mind, it just doesn't always work, but yes.
Meanwhile, for this series, I saw I had some quality in the thumbnails, so I had pretty mid expectations. But the first episode I was introduced to the series on was one of those really low expectation kind of moments.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And
this episode picked up my expectations a little, but I gotta say they still aren't rock bottom yet.
Yeah, and as Josh said before, like this, like as far as like the premise of the entire series goes, it does deliver on what you would expect apart from the lesson aspect. It just adds a lot more things lessons. And on top of what it already has, and it's like, well, that's where it gets confusing to an extent.
Like, part of the reason I put Monster Compendium in a high school setting was partially so I could do some world building within the classroom setting itself, which, as I said before, is not a bad way to do exposition, and in fact feels somewhat natural if you do it well.
Oh, speaking of bad exposition, we need to talk about Judy, the librarian. from this video. The one that, yes, I can tell from Ghosty's video already that she completely forgot that that was even a character. Which just shows you how useless that character was. Like, that introduction, like, oh, hey, this is my sister Judy. Okay. Want to find a book? Sure. That's it. We're off. I guess world building, I suppose. But yeah, like the way that was done, again, it was like, shouldn't we have seen, like, I don't know, just anything of her in a flashback beforehand, or some sort of mention that the librarian was there? It's like, you know, hey, how's Judy doing before? So it doesn't come out of nowhere and fade just as quickly.
I forgot Judy exists.
Yep, and that was with only the span of essentially an hour since we watched that.
Yeah.
So that shows you, if people can't remember the videos while they're still being watched in the process of watching them, not good.
Right.
Admittedly, we took a bit longer than usual because we're reviewing it and pausing, but still,
Yeah.
an hour passed, we probably wouldn't remember that either. And who knows if we'll even recall that when we watch this next time, because I'm going to give a bit more of a break.
Right.
Meanwhile, you want to know what I can remember?
Yeah.
Fluffy is still a really stupid nickname.
Okay.
I like Florence better.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that might be why it's being phased out. Maybe that was the thing that was in the comments at this point. I'm not really sure.
Who knows?
You are checking out. I mean, people could check out the video in the description and see for themselves in the playlist if they want to. And I would advise doing so. But before doing that, of course, while you're still here, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. And subscribe once already. And on that note, until next time,
Bye-bye.
farewell.